Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Art Hates Music podcast, the one and only place that you can find the Ladies and Gentlemen SNL musical guest review. I am your host, Artemis, and thank you for joining me today. We are a day late. I am aware I am a day late. That is for good reason. While I did watch the episode on Sunday and was ready to record on Sunday, I got the COVID shot on Saturday and wasn't feeling too good the next day. Decided to sleep all day and put it off to the next day. And today I don't feel much better, but I gotta do it anyway, right? So we're here. We are here talking about the Saturday Night Live St. Vincent episode where she was the musical guest. And boy, do I have some notes for this one. I thought I would. Last week, I knew this performance was going to be unpredictable. Let's say unpredictable. So, let's get into it. Now, we haven't seen St. Vincent, aka Annie Clark, since 2017, when she released Mass Seduction, an album that was critically acclaimed and definitely a step in a new direction for Annie Clark. She recorded an album with David Byrne. She moved to New York. No longer a Texas girl, ladies and gentlemen, but she has come a long way from the polyphonic spree. Her latest album is Daddy's Home. But yeah, this is her first record since 2017. She hasn't been dormant in the meantime, though. She has been writing with Taylor Swift. She's been writing with Sheryl Crow, which definitely explains why Sheryl Crow's new music is as good as it is. It has no right to be, and I was very suspicious. But right off the bat, her first song debuting from her new record, Pay Your Way in Pain. I just want to note, as far as the set goes, nothing was changed. And apparently, the egg that I mentioned during the Jack Harlow set, it's always been there. How have I not noticed that before? It's staring me in the face now. It's been there the whole time. I'm relieved. All hail the giant disco egg. But St. Vincent is, she's singing a funky track, a funky new one. It seems like background singers are back in style, at least for this season of Saturday Night Live, because St. Vincent has her background singers. Annie Clark herself is in a very sharp suit that is going well with this funky music. And I know I'm not the first to make this comparison. I'm sure I won't be the last. But when it's just staring you right in the face like that, you can't ignore it. She is giving off definite David Bowie vibes. Her new record has definitely inspired critics to bring up David Bowie, and this is definitely feeling like David Bowie during Fame, or I think even closer to Let's Dance. She's bringing back Blue-Eyed Soul and going in this new direction, which I'm not going to lie, upon my first view, I wasn't enjoying so much. Which makes sense because I think, it's on record. People didn't feel the same way about, Let's Dance or Fame by David Bowie as they do now. They're lauded as classics now, but back then, why is David Bowie selling out? He used to be someone for the outsiders. Now he is just part of the machine. And I can definitely see some people thinking the same thing about St. Vincent. She is this outsider, this weird character that people can latch onto. And now suddenly she's gone mainstream? Let me tell a story. My first experience with Annie Clark, in any form, as St. Vincent, I saw her at a festival. It was the KXT Summer Festival, something like that. And I had never heard of her before. And her music terrified me. I didn't know what to make of it. It was weird and scary, and all I wanted was the flaming lips. And here was this weird, scary chick. Eventually, she did grow on me, and I'm glad that I got to see her. Anyways, I definitely understand people not liking this new direction from Annie Clark, but I'll be honest, upon second, third, fourth viewing, these songs really started to grow on me. Upon first watch, my first thought was, where is the guitar? Why isn't Annie Clark holding a guitar? It felt blasphemous. And then she plays the lap steel guitar. I felt a little better, but still, where is her music man? And a side note on her band, I tried looking everywhere to see who was in her live band on this episode. I couldn't find anything. From the looks of it, the bass player looks like the bass player from Fitz and the Tantrums, although it's probably not. But on drums, I am like 100% certain that's Pat Carney. I couldn't find any information except that Pat Carney and St. Vincent have played shows together. So it's entirely possible that's Patrick Carney. What I did find while researching her band was on Google, the second question, other than who is St. Vincent dating, that seems to be what everyone wants to know. The second question, what is St. Vincent's favorite smell? Which just felt so weird. What a weird question. Apparently the smell of gasoline. There's an answer for it. The smell of gasoline, in case you were wondering. But back to Pay Your Way in Pain. This song was co-written by Jack Antonoff, who you may know from writing everything in pop music now. And he really has become one of the great pop writers of our time, working with Lorde, working with Taylor Swift, St. Vincent. I had no idea this guy had this much range, but I'm definitely a fan. I always liked him. I liked him in Fun. I liked him in his other band, which the name escapes me right now. But yeah, Jack Antonoff is really doing well for himself behind the scenes. The song itself, according to Annie Clark, is about struggling, how nothing good in life comes without that struggle. And some lyrics that definitely caught my attention. I went to the park just to watch the little children. The mothers saw my heels and they said I wasn't welcome. So I went back home. I was feeling kind of queasy, but all the locks were changed. My baby wouldn't see me. Just the visual that this creates, the story that it tells within this one line is fascinating. And it's why St. Vincent's one of my favorite artists, even if I don't know it at the time. It takes me a while for her stuff to really connect with me anytime she releases something new. It's shocking at first, and then I'm digging deeper and it starts to resonate with me. That's what happened with this song. Up next, we've got The Melting of the Sun, which is a more conceptual song. It starts with a really cool, Fender Rhodes sound. Annie Clark is sitting in a chair, and what do we have? The debut of Goldie. She's got her guitar, and not only that, it is this gorgeous Music Man guitar. It's gold. I love it. There's really nothing more to say about this guitar. It is so gorgeous, and I can't wait to buy one. I know that Music Man just released the signature Goldie guitar, so looking forward to that. And she's wearing this big fur coat. Stylistically, definitely a new look for Annie Clark. I'm loving it. It's creating this atmosphere. She is just cool as can be, sitting in this chair, just kind of lightly strumming her guitar. And then as soon as it's time for the solo, she rises up from the chair and just rips it, man. There is the Annie Clark that I was looking for. There is St. Vincent right there. In the bridge, she makes some fairly obvious references to Tori Amos and Nina Simone, which I think is really cool to throw her influences in there and pay tribute to such amazing artists. I couldn't find a whole lot of details about what the song is, though, like what it's about. Just the overall atmosphere of it, I was definitely digging. And I look forward to hearing about what the song is about. Because like I said, it is very conceptual. There is something here, and I'm interested to find out more. As for what I would rate this performance, honestly, it's probably higher than it was upon my initial watch. So I am glad that I waited a little bit to let the music sink in. I still plan on releasing episodes every Monday, but on this one, it was a lot to take in, and I'm so glad that I had that time. I would give this performance 9 out of 10. This is definitely one of the best performances of this season, and I should expect no less. St. Vincent brings it. As I stated last week, she is still the most unpredictable and dangerous artist that we have around, and she's as close as we have to a David Bowie of our generation. Couldn't be prouder. But that is all that we have for this week on Art Hates Music. Join the Ladies and Gentlemen podcast next week, where our musical guest is the Moon Man himself, Kid Cudi. I referenced him last week. He's coming up next week. I am really looking forward to this. I love Kid Cudi as an artist. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a big fan of Cudi. So I'm expecting nothing but greatness from him. We'll see you next week.